In this lesson, we will be going over finding suppliers, strategy number 2, which is trade shows. Now, if you're not sure what a trade show is, all what a trade show is simply an event where retailers are connecting with vendors. It's 100% business to business. Now, if you're not sure what a retailer is yet, it's someone retailing products. Okay, so if you're selling products online on Amazon.com, you're a retailer. And a vendor is someone who is selling those products to the retailers. So that can be a manufacturer, that can be a distributor, that can be a wholesaler, that can be a closeout company. Okay? So it's just where vendors and retailers are meeting up and connecting, exchanging information, and also you can actually buy products at trade shows and usually get better deals. Now, what it does is simply just connects retailers and vendors together so they can exchange contact information and buy products. Now, the reason why you need it, because if a company is going to a trade show, they want more business, okay? And this is the oldest form of basically connecting with suppliers, okay? At trade shows, you will find companies that are not online, okay? Because a lot of companies who go to trade shows are still very old school. They don't want to put their information online. They simply just want to meet people face to face at trade shows, okay? So that's why they put their information on there, because they want to meet face to face to people. Now, there will be a lot of vendors there where you don't need to meet them face to face, okay? Now, what you're going to be learning is you're going to be learning how to find suppliers through trade shows, okay? So we're going to be showing you some actually specific exact trade shows and also trade show calendars so you can actually get access to more and more trade shows so you can get access to more and more suppliers, okay? And you're also going to learn how to utilize trade shows offline, okay? So you do not have to actually go to a trade show and physically spend dollars on a plane ticket to fly to a certain trade show, okay? You're going to learn how to utilize those trade shows without actually going. And what you also will be learning is saving time through searching through those trade shows, making sure you're going to the right ones and making sure you are looking at the right suppliers, okay? Now, the purpose of this lesson is simply for you to find suppliers, okay? Suppliers that will work for you so you can start the vetting process, okay? If you find all of these suppliers through the trade show, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be finding suppliers that have some type of brand names at all in their catalogs or on their website, and then you put them to the side so you can go vet them out later, okay? So after this lesson, you'll be able to go find so many different types of suppliers where you might get 500 suppliers or 50 suppliers and you might only start working with a couple of them, but you have that ability to start vetting them out, okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to go through a walkthrough. We're going to go through some specific actual trade shows. We're going to actually show you a few examples of where to go find trade shows through calendars, and then also where to actually go get the list of suppliers at those trade shows, okay? Okay, so here is a trade show calendar. The website name is 10times.com. Now, keep in mind with this website, you will get a lot of events and conferences which are not necessarily related to trade shows. However, this can be really great if you're looking for certain trade shows in an area that you live in. Okay, so if you live in San Diego or San Francisco, Boston, Atlanta, Phoenix, Vegas, New York, or if you're international, right? Maybe from Canada, or if you're in the United Kingdom, you can go find suppliers, right? And in the area that you're at, or basically find trade shows where they'll have suppliers. Okay, so say if you're looking in the United Kingdom and you want to go to trade shows, you could, I mean, I'm not exactly sure if the Olympia Horse Show would be a good trade show to go to, but you would want to look for words that say like market or show or event, anything on those lines, or fair. That's usually a good hot name as well, or like Toy Fair. So you could go to Toy Fair Birmingham, and then you could go click attend, right? Or maybe you could try to find the website for this trade show. Okay, so and actually you can see here people that are attending, and these are usually retailers, but what you'd want to do is try to find a website for this place, or you can simply just hit attend right here. 10times.com will allow you to actually attend through their site, and then you basically give them an email and go through there, okay? So this is a place where you can find trade shows as well. and most importantly, you can do this simply through the location you're near if you want to actually go visit people locally. And if not, you can simply just find generic trade shows where you can just go find suppliers, okay? So that was basically a calendar you can look through. And now a few places where I really recommend and associations that can be very beneficial would be like the Toy Association. Now, the Toy Association, it's not really a calendar, but is a company who actually holds events that are trade shows in the toy category mainly. Okay, so you can go to their events and you can actually see all of the events that they have throughout the year. So in February, they have the Toy Fair, and then in May, they got the PlayCon, and then in October, they have the Fall Toy Preview. Okay, so you can go basically sign up for any of these events and go from there. Okay, so they'll have their own individual websites. Okay, you can see how you can go register, see the exhibitors and attendees, and then go from there. Now, another really great trade show. So these were, the Toy Association is basically a site that will lead to several trade shows, and 10times.com is basically a search engine where you can go find trade shows. And now I'm going to show you a few specific trade shows. Now, I would say one of the best trade shows for online retailers would be the ASD Market Week. Okay, now ASD Market Week is twice a year, one in spring during the month of March, and then the second one is in end of July, beginning of August. Okay, now with the ASD trade show, you'll actually come in contact and you'll actually get the suppliers beforehand. And how to do that, you basically need to register first. Okay, so we'd also like simply just need to register for there. You can either just go to ASD Online, right? ASD Online, and it usually would have you register here, and then you'll get email instructions on the next way to go. But what will happen is you'll eventually get an email that kind of tells you your show planner or where you can go connect with vendors. You go to there, and then what would happen is you would start to go through these large list of vendors. Now, keep in mind there are a lot of vendors here, and most of them actually will not be for your business. But the point is to find a few great suppliers or a good handful of suppliers that you can go work with. So what I'm looking for when I'm doing my research here is I will go to suppliers. I'll click on their name, right? Go basically open up all of these suppliers, and what I'm looking for is to see if they have brand name products. Okay, so I would go to here, see 4 Aces Dallas, I'd click on their website, and if I see there's any brands, then I'm going to put them on my list to then go bid out. Okay, so right away I see that there's obviously some brands right here, so I would put them on my list. Now if I go to supplier here that doesn't have a website, I'm usually just going to skip them out. Okay, if they don't have a website, usually means they're not going to be an authorized supplier. Usually there's not the right business for me if they don't have a website. Okay, and then let's see if we go to this supplier right here, and what I'm looking for, the first thing I see, I don't see any brand name products, so I kind of go through here to see if I do see any products at all. I mean, I could go search Pretty Angel and see if they have products on Amazon. So that's actually the next step. What I would do is I would go to Amazon.com and type in their brand name and see if those products sell at all. Okay, so their name was Pretty Angel, or Angel. Now, you can see here they have stuff. It looks like they have one product right here. Now, if their thing sells at all, I'll definitely be happy and go for them, but it doesn't look like they have really anything on there, so I'm probably not going to go for that supplier. But do keep in mind, right, is that the products you see on people's websites are not really for purchase usually. But if, for example, I typed in Pretty Angel, and if any product sold at all, right, and maybe if they weren't even on their like website, then I probably would go for them. I mean, I do see that they do have some products available, but I'm not sure if anything has any reviews. So if anything has reviews, then it's looking pretty good, but I mean, it's not really looking like they have much at all. Okay, so I would skip out of there. And then basically what you can do is just go through this over and over and over. Now, we will go over ways to how to make this process a lot easier, a lot faster of doing this, but that's kind of just a good way to get you started for trade shows, okay? And now another great trade show to think about and is more in the aspect of electronics would be the CES trade show, which this is usually in Las Vegas, but this is another great trade show that you can attend as well. And yeah. Okay, to recap what you learn how to get signed up for trade shows. So you learn if you go to 10times.com, you can hit a 10, put in your email, or if you go to the trade show website, you can go sign up. You also learned a trade show calendar. So you saw 10times.com and you understand you can go in there, search your city, search your country to find trade shows. And then you also learn how to use trade shows, okay? So you learn when you sign up for a trade show, you want to go get the list of suppliers beforehand, okay? And then you also learn how to find suppliers, okay? So you understand that at trade shows, they have a list of suppliers that you can go through there and see if they have brand name suppliers and put them on the side for you to then go begin the vetting process, okay?